Hello. Right, let's set this off live. I think we've gone live. Hello, so welcome to Weekly Insight, 11th of December 2017. It's just 10 past 7 here in the UK. Very dark outside. Winter's definitely coming. I've already got my Christmas jumper on, as you can see. Well, one of them. I've got a few of them. And yeah, I just wanted to check in, really, update on what I've been up to. As I always say, it's mainly a log for my own purposes, but I'm happy to share it. There's a lot of pain and suffering that goes along this journey, and yeah, I'm just thinking maybe someone gets something out of it. But anyway, there we go. So this made me chuckle. This I got from Virgil. I don't know where he lifted it from or where he got it. It was in some group somewhere. And it's a funny old world that we live in these days with cryptos, isn't it? So I haven't got a lot of crypto exposure, but I do have some exposure to Ethereum. I haven't had enough time to get involved in all the other ones and diversify. As I should have mentioned this before, but we'll come back to what Ethereum's done so far. But yeah, obviously Bitcoin at the moment is up at, I don't know what it is today. It was like 18,000 yesterday. I haven't really looked at it today. I think it's something like that. Whereas 3 months ago it was 5. Before that you could have got it at 3, and beginning of the year, God knows, probably like 1 or something. I don't even know. But everyone's kind of so excited about Bitcoin at the moment that people with Ethereum are kind of like, just like, why aren't you doing something? Like Bitcoin's like this, Ethereum's just like, right. And here's the other funny thing, right? So I bought into ETH about 4 months ago. I don't know, 5 months ago, whatever you want to call it. And I've had a couple of other positions on, but in general, it's up 108%. I just calculated. And yet still with that sort of gain, you're still kind of like looking at Bitcoin going, oh my God, look at that. Like, why can't I? And it's funny. I mean, anything else that had gone up 100%, you'd just be like, wow, that is amazing. You get a trade that did 100%. Like a stock that did 100%, say trading's a bit different because it's leverage, but a trade that did 100% or a stock that went 100% or gold goes 100%, you'd be doing backflips. Anyway, I just find it funny. But I mean, cryptos, I'm very interested, fascinated, but also very cautious. It's such a new market out there at the moment. I just think I think there's a lot of people could easily get burned. I've said this before. I think the fundamentals are really sound, but I think I think the way that people are piling into Bitcoin at the moment, I just can't see how it isn't just going to go bang at some point. So I think it will go bang. A lot of people, especially the newer money piling in, will probably lose some money, and then we'll start again on other ones. We'll see. I don't know. That's my take on it. Obviously, who knows? But regarding having exposure to cryptos, I think that's a pretty sound thing. Anyway, so I just wanted to talk about that a little bit. Actually, leading on from this, right? So I was at the RT party in Norwich, Christmas party up in Norwich, and so thank you, Simon, for all that, and everyone that was there for that. It was a wicked party. We had lots of fun. I always enjoy like combining like sort of fun stuff with trading and investing and business. It's like wicked. It's the ultimate. It's like a night out, having fun, but also like progressing at the same time. I mean, you can't get any better than that as far as I'm concerned. Stick me in a foreign country doing it, and I'm seeing the world, then hell yeah. But So anyway, we had that, and Andrew Craig was there. I mentioned before, author of How to Own the World, Plain English Finance, and he was talking about there's a debate going on between him and Simon. Simon's very sort of pro getting involved in currencies. He's cryptos. He's a little bit not bearish, but waiting for it to make a bit more sense, kind of thing. And he made some excellent points. Like the one that kind of stuck with me was like, supposing governments actually ban it. So everyone's focused at the moment on cryptocurrencies being decentralized and no one having any control on it, which is awesome, right? We all like it for that, and it's finite and it can't be manipulated by governments. But supposing they just made it illegal to have cryptos, okay? Now you could say that's not going to affect anything, but it will. The same way that if they make alcohol illegal, as they did do in Prohibition or whatever it was in 21, is that actually the date? I just completely made that up, but I think it was around then. The majority, okay, so a lot of people still went on and drank, but my point is a lot of people will, not want to break the law, whatever, even if we all think it's the best thing in the world, people will just be like, no, they've got respect for the law, they don't want to break it. No one really wants to break the law. I personally am a massive fan of playing within the rules that you've got. I'm not saying the rules are fair, but that's the game, right? So I like to play that. So if they made it illegal, I don't think I'd want to be getting involved in that kind of thing. But anyway, it's not really about me. But governments around the world, like you could get the States, France, Germany, UK, whatever, just saying, no, it's illegal. You're not allowed to own these things. We don't think it's right. We don't think it's moral. They make up whatever reasons. And whether it's right or wrong them doing that, it could still happen, which would completely skew the kind of general public's view of it, which could potentially damage the whole market. So anyway, this is all coming from Andy Craig's perception, point, and I'm just kind of extrapolating that really, and thinking, yeah, it's a really valid point. He also went on to continue that the any country that has tried to go up against the states, the US dollar, gold-backed currencies, all of that kind of thing. Again, don't quote him on what I'm saying. You can quote me on it, but I'm kind of passing it on, and it's possible I haven't got it right. But they've basically got in trouble with America, right? They don't like it. They kind of push down on it. They get potentially a war out of it. So anyway, I'm not there to try and quote history. What I'm trying to quote is, or trying to point out is that it's more than possible that if these big boys that run the whole world, the governments and that, and those behind the governments financially, don't like it, they could really push back on it, which gave me a whole different perspective on cryptos actually, because I was very much like, yeah, they're definitely going to take over the world, but it's still possible that take over the world. Sorry, that sounds a bit strong, but yeah, I think that they're going to be the future. I couldn't see how that could be stopped, but yeah, you never know. They could definitely be hindered on the way. Probable that, in the long term, it'd be hard to stop it, but they can make it very difficult. Anyway, so that's a bit on crypto. I'm not massively into cryptos. I find it very strange that I'm not more enthusiastic about them. I'm a software architect. I love finance, love investment, but don't get excited about cryptos. And it probably comes back to this, the ball ache of it all, to be honest. And I still do see it a little bit like shooting fish in a barrel, which may be sound as a strategy, but I kind of, I need to educate myself more, and I'm just not willing to do it anymore. But anyway, I don't really want to talk about cryptos. I just found this very funny because it's funny on so many levels, because it's like, you are waiting for, why aren't you doing something? And then this poor little asset here has done 100% in the last few months, and we're still waiting. But anyway, so that's that. So what else has been going on? As I said, I was up at Norwich, had a great evening up there. Weekend up there really, with the RT crew. Good fun, good games, lots of drinking. Picked up a few things. They say Andy Craig was presenting, so I learned a bit on that. What else have I been doing? Yeah, I've started this life leverage course. Can't remember whether I said that last time or not, but I started this life leverage course, which is all based on Rob's Moore thing. So that's gathering momentum. Now, I'm pleased to say that quite a lot of the stuff that's on it, I'm actually have already implemented. Like all the stuff around kind of like making use of your travel time, things like that. I'm always leveraging travel time for books and stuff. That's why I said planes, trains, and automobiles. It's very rare you'll catch me on in a car or a train or anything without doing something that's kind of I consider higher value. Don't get me wrong, I still will occasionally just chuck on the headphones and have a bit of a laugh to some music. You've got to do that or you're going to go mad. But I'm always trying to engineer ways to get the most out of my time, which is great. So I'm enjoying that so far. I've also Yeah, I mean, I'm mentioning here a holiday leverage at work. So one of the things that my organisation does, my company that I work for does, is they allow you to buy back holiday as one of the bonuses. So, over time, I've traditionally always tried to make, well, I still do try and make the best use of my holiday, but I wouldn't really want to give it up. I wouldn't really want to use it unless it was, I was going away or somewhere. I think what I'm trying to say is I've now shifted into trying to get my time back as opposed to get money. I was always just wanting the money, or if not, I wanted to be going to a festival or a trip somewhere. Whereas now, don't get me wrong, I still want to do all the festivals and stuff, but I'm kind of viewing it as that's my value add. Yeah, my life vision isn't to sit in an office as much as I love you guys and I love working in the office, and I do enjoy that, and I like adding and giving value through my employer and all that. But higher level than that, I want to experience the world and do other things. And so it's kind of a long way of saying that I'm now trying to claw my time back a little bit, and my company lets me buy back 10 days. I'm going to have to pay for them, but that's not so bad because I'm a high rate taxpayer. So it comes straight out my higher rate bit. So that's all good. So anyway, I'm enjoying that, and I've got that approved. So I'm looking forward to another chunk of time off next year, really. So I managed to engineer it so that I work basically 7 weeks and have a week off. Work 7 weeks, week off, and then I do that for the whole year. Did it for the whole this year. Super happy. Anyway, blah blah blah. So that's going on. Another point, a reminder that taking ownership of your money helps your country and indeed the world. So this was another point raised by Andrew Craig at the RT Christmas party. Oh God, I've got so many little things like instantly. I'll come back to this, but you see, this is what I really enjoy is you go to various things, and I say this about books, whatever it is. I'm just trying to pick out the key chunks of information, the key little bits. So I was at that party for probably 6 hours, and I've already written down the key things I got out of it, and I'll use that and implement it. But I'm always just trying to think of that. I think that's really good, because then when you get in things like the compounding effect, over time these nuggets, and you write them down, review them, just keep building, it should pay me a great dividend, of knowledge. But anyway, where I was going was, so Andrew's launched this fund. It's nothing to do with trading the way that I'm trading Forex and stuff on here. It's more of a really decent, balanced investment fund, right? To protect your, to slowly grow your wealth over time. I don't want to go on too much into his fund. I think it's absolutely sound. Go and check him out at plainenglishfinance.com.co.uk. Can't remember, but you'll find him there, Andrew Craig, easy. But yeah, it was the whole point that by buying into things like this, by educating yourself on money, by learning how to protect money, by learning how to invest and grow, not only is that investment money contributing to the world for the companies which are trying to improve the world, but you're also defending yourself against, pension problems in the future, health problems in the future, all this stuff. And that's not just a personal thing, which, the obvious thing is going, yeah, that's fair, it makes sense, it's personal, you're going to protect yourself. But it's more than that, because by the fact you're protecting yourself, all the money that would be invested in looking after you, all the healthcare stuff, all the pension contributions, which is a massive global bomb about to go off, but all that kind of stuff that in theory you're going to need off the government, you've taken complete ownership, responsibility, and you've sorted that out yourselves. So all that money that you would be taking can go and help some other people that haven't been so kind of mindful. So this pension thing is on a global scale, really. And the health and all of it. So what I love about Andy is he really supports the abundant mindset, which is what I'm where I'm trying to come from. And we do it in completely different angles, but it's very much kind of wanting to help the world, wanting to add to the world. The world is getting better. I mean, we're not, we're the world is improving every year. I know everyone reads about Brexit and all of this, but medicine's improving every year. Your average person alive in the world is much better off than they were 10 years ago. Much, much, much better off than they were 50 years ago. The world is improving. It's just obviously the papers sell the negative stuff. So he very much comes from that perspective, and I love that. And he works in finance, so he approaches it from that. But it's all on all fronts. All about helping and giving and trying to improve the world. And I don't think there's any other option really. I mean, that's what we want to do, isn't it? Anyway, so that was that. So I'm really happy with that. Tax is finally complete. Christ almighty. So the inland revenue, HMRC over here, I had to do a tax return. I don't normally have to do that. I'm fully employed. But anyway, for a reason I'm not going to go into, I had to do a bit of a tax rebalance thing, and I ended up owing some money. So I filled in this form. It was super simple. They're always super helpful on the phone. I've said this before, but I just couldn't get this bloody form to submit. Anyway, after months of starting this thing, must be 4 months now, 3 months, I finally paid the final amount that will say we're balanced for this year, which is pretty incredible. And it was it was literally a red letter day. I've never been so happy to pay someone some money in all my life, to be honest. So I was dead happy with that. So that was my accomplishment of the week on that front. And that's probably where we're at. God, I'm already running in here 14 minutes ago. No way have I been talking for... Oh my God, I have. I'm sorry. Yeah, anyway, sorry. Yeah, I'll keep wriggling on. So trading wise, I'm keeping fairly on the chilled front. But let's have a quick look at a couple of charts. So what we got here, Euro USD, that's not what I want to talk about. I'll talk about the one I've got open at the moment. So US oil. So I let this trade pull back. And I was actually shorting it here, and it came back along here, and actually about where I got in, and I don't know what it was. I normally I'm all about runners, and I do fully believe in runners, but because it's oil, because it closes, I just thought, no, I don't like it. And it was looking, this trend is fairly bullish on the way up, and I I ended up going long on it. So I've got 2 trades in, so I've got 300 pips here, only small positions long. So I'm just going to see where that goes. So that's the only one I've got open at the moment, but that does appear to be running okay, which is quite good. Some of the software might have crashed. I'm just going to assume that we're all right there. So that is doing that. Which is cool. What else have I got going on? Not loads else on. I mean, there's a few things I am keeping an eye on here. Where are we? Back over here. I'm keeping an eye on these trendy things here. So yeah, silver. I'm looking for silver to reverse. Well, reverse sounds horrible, doesn't it? But yeah, I mean, silver. It's not so good on a weekly. But let's look at a more bigger terms. These are monthlies. We are approaching these all-time lows again. So silver will eventually become a buy. I actually bought a little bit more through an ETF this week. Just trying to increase that exposure a little bit. So I'd like to start seeing it go north first, or soon. So I lost my train of thought a little bit. US equities. Oh yeah, I was a little bit unfortunate with that. So I had a trend continuation trade on this, and I got out. I got whipped. It's not even whipped out, but the market knocked me out here. Which was really unfortunate because it's kind of carried on quite nice, and I probably would be at break even by now. But yeah, it wasn't to be. So that is that. Other than that, I don't really have too much to kind of talk about. I mean, we've got a fair few things coming up. We got rid of non-farm payrolls last Friday, which was great. We've got some USD news, some Euro news, and a fair bit going on Thursday, but there's nothing actually at all on Friday. So anyway, I'm just going to leave it there. I hope you're all having fun. Most of all, I hope you're all living the dream. I hope you're being careful with your trading and your cryptos. Yeah, if you're getting out of this video, do give it a shout. I've also been really ill, sorry, so I'm coughing and spluttering whilst off camera. But yeah, I hope you have a great time and just go out and live the dream.